Welcome back, Mustangs! I'm so excited to keep reading this book with you today. Me and Happy the Hippo are reading An Elephant Grows Up. Last time we read, we had practiced 1, 2, 3, 4 of the great 8 strategies that readers do all the time. Today, we're going to try to do 2 more of those strategies. Let's start by reading our objective. It says, I can use the great 8 reading strategies as I read to better understand and enjoy my book. So same objective as last time. We know the why. Why are we using these strategies? It helps us understand the book better and it helps us enjoy the book more. We get to learn a lot more that way. Okay, in order for our lesson to get started, you know what you need: a Turn and Talk partner and your notebook and something to write with. If you want, you can already fold your notebook in half, or fold your page, in half and draw your line, because again today we're going to use the same kind of style we did in our last lesson. Okay, go ahead. Okay, you have everything ready? Awesome. So, last time we read this book, we had left off on this page. We had learned how the baby elephant, she walks with her mom and the other elephants in a single file line, or she walks next to her mom sometimes too. We also had learned that they were looking for food and they spend 16 hours a day eating, and they only sleep a few hours a day. So we're going to see what else we learn, and through practicing these strategies, what more we can understand about a baby elephant's life. The long trail leads the elephants to a popular gathering place, the water hole. They visit the water hole at least once a day. Okay, on this page there's 2 of our vocab words this week. So the first vocab word is popular. Popular means liked or used by many. Now I was trying to think of a good gesture for popular and it was so hard. Our picture for popular is 3 girls all wearing ponytails, which means that's a popular hairstyle because a lot of people are using it. I want you to think of a gesture for popular and then let me know what you come up with, because this was a tricky one for me to come up with. For now, we're going to say popular, liked or used by many. Okay, let me know what gesture you come up with. It was so hard to think of one. And our second word, we know that the water hole is a popular place because a lot of elephants use it. They all go there to drink water. And it said that they gather there. It's a gathering place. So our second vocab word is gather. And gather means to come or bring together in one place or group. So we're going to do that with our hands. We're going to pretend like we're gathering a whole bunch of things. Maybe you're gathering a bunch of your stuffed animals or a bunch of your toys. And you're going to bring them all to one place. Say, gather. Bring together in one place. Awesome job. Okay. So look at how the elephants gather in this watering hole. It's an important place for them. At first, the calf uses her mouth to drink the water. As she grows older, the calf learns how to use her trunk. She sucks water into her trunk and then blows it into her mouth. An elephant's trunk is the elephant's nose and upper lip. Some young elephants suck their trunks like babies suck their thumbs. Oh, how interesting. I hope you're visualizing that. Even though we already visualized, I'd be visualizing it sucks its trunk like a baby sucks its thumb. Very interesting. The calf grows up fast. She begins to eat plants like the older elephants. She also uses her trunk to grab leaves high in the trees. Mothers nurse their calves for about 2 years. Nurse means to feed milk to. So the mothers give them milk for about 2 years. Only after the mother stops nursing will she have another baby. Now, another vocab word for this week is talking about how the elephant, she starts to eat plants like the other elephants, and she grabs the leaves that are high in the tree. A word for plants or leaves or flowers or bushes, we often can call that vegetation. Can you say vegetation? Great. So vegetation is another way of saying plants. Let's pretend to have some plants sprouting up out of the ground and say vegetation. Plants. Great job. The calf uses her tusks to dig for water. Some elephants use their right tusk more. Other elephants prefer their left tusk. It's just like being right-handed or left-handed. Now, a tusk is just like a very long tooth. So they have two of them. So it's like they have two very long teeth that stick out from the elephant's mouth. And how interesting, they use them like their right hand or their left hand. A new surprise has arrived in the herd. At 4 years old, the calf now has a baby brother. When full grown, male elephants are much larger than female. African elephants are the largest land animals. Okay, we are going to try another one of our grade 8 reading strategies right now. Get ready. We are going to self-monitor and clarify. So that's when we do our stop and we do a CFU, check for understanding. Do we understand what we're reading? So I've just read a lot about this baby elephant, but this page, it just said, a new surprise has arrived in the herd. At 4 years old, the calf now has a baby brother. When full grown, male elephants are much larger than female. Okay, so what has happened now? What has just happened in the story? I want you to turn and tell your partner what has just happened in the story, and then you can write it down in your self-monitor section. So you can title the next half of your page self-monitor, and you can write down what has happened in the story just now. What has just happened? Okay, go ahead. Okay, so if you were checking your understanding, maybe you went back and watched the video and read a little bit again, because good readers, when they don't understand it, they don't remember what's happened, they go back and reread. So I had to reread this page 2 times also, and I'm understanding what has happened now. What has happened is that the calf is now 4 years old. Remember, the calf is the baby elephant. She's now 4 years old. She has grown a lot, and now she has a baby brother. Did you realize that that's what has happened just now in the book? The calf has a baby brother. And when I'm looking here at the picture, if I thought this was the calf at first, I would know now, oh no, this must be her baby brother, because he's got that baby hair just like we learned about, and he's smaller. That means this must be the first baby we had read about, and now she's 4 years old. She's much bigger. So using the picture and using the words to understand what's happening in the story is super important. And in this kind of a book, it's nonfiction. It's telling me facts, but we actually call this genre narrative nonfiction, because narrative means it's telling a story. So even though it's nonfiction, it's telling me facts, it's telling me facts in the way a story goes. So it's got a beginning, it's got a middle, and it's got an end. Right now, we're in the middle of this elephant's story of its life, and we're noticing how she's growing. So it's really important that I stop and I check my understanding. Nice job. I hope that will help you understand the story better too. All right, let's keep going. It says, calves soon start to use their tusks for more than just digging. They use their tusks for resting their heavy trunks or ripping bark off trees. The tusks can also be used as weapons when needed. Oh my goodness. Pretty cool. The brother and sister have grown a lot, but they are still growing. Most elephants keep growing until they are 30 or 40 years old. When the brother is about 9 years old, he will join a different herd. The sister will stay with the cows and the calves in her herd and start a family. So when we hear on this part, it says that the sister, she will stay with the cows and the calves. And remember, cows means the female elephants. That word, another way to say stay, is remain, which is our last vocab word for this week. So I want you to get your body ready to sit still. and you're going to point down like you're staying right here. And we're going to say remain, stay. Great job. Okay, I'm going to read this section right down here. It says, bulls and cows live apart. At mating time, they call one another with low sounds that humans cannot hear. Okay, so we've just read, I'm doing another check for understanding, that the baby elephant girl, she stays with the group of elephants. But the boy, when he's about 9 years old, he will join a different group of elephants or a different herd. So I want us to do one more of our reading strategies right now. We are going to predict. What do you think will happen next? I told you that this is a narrative nonfiction book, which means it's telling a story. Even though it's full of facts, it tells it in a story-like way. So what do you think is going to happen next in the elephant's life, in the female, the girl elephant's life? What will happen next? Okay, you're going to get your sheet ready and write predict at the top of the next section. And I want you to turn and tell your partner, what do you predict? And you can start it with saying, I think, because predictions can start that way. I think. And then after you've told them what you think will happen next, I would like you to write it down. Write your prediction. Okay, go ahead. Okay, I wonder if your prediction is similar to my prediction. This is what I think is going to happen next. And remember, readers, they predict at all times of the book. They can predict before the book starts, in the middle of the book, and even at the end of the book, they can predict what might happen next. I said, I think the sister will soon have a baby of her own. Do you think she's going to turn into a mom too? Cool. I wonder if you had a different kind of prediction. I'm very curious, because that prediction might be correct too. Okay, let's keep going and see if our predictions are right. The elephant family continues to grow. The calf grew up and became a mother herself. My prediction was right. Was your prediction right? Oh my gosh. She is now called a cow. Her brother also started a family in a different herd. He is now called a bull. A new journey begins under the hot African sun. Wow, so look at this. The elephant, who's the baby in the beginning, she's all grown up. Now she's a cow, and she has her very own baby. And look, her brother's all grown up too. So cool. A mother elephant always watches over her calf to make sure all is well. Oh, so that's the end of the book. But the back of this book has lots of what? Text features! Yes! So exciting. Okay, I see a diagram. Yes! This is a slightly different diagram. It has arrows just like the Velociraptor one we did last week, but it has numbers next to the arrows, and those numbers match down here. So number 1 says ears. Elephants have their own air conditioning. As elephants flap their ears, the blood flow cools their body down. Interesting. Number 2 is pointing to their feet. It says feet. Although an elephant can weigh between 8,000 and 12,000 pounds, 3,600 and 5,400 kilograms, they can walk in complete silence. They rarely leave footprints. Pretty cool. Number 3 is pointing to the arm. It says, oh, skin. Skin. An elephant's skin is very sensitive. In fact, an elephant can feel a small fly landing on its skin. Number 4 is trunk. The trunk of an elephant is the longest nose of any living animal. Oh, how cool! It's got the longest nose of any animal that's alive. And number 5 is pointing to its tusks. Tusks are no different than ordinary teeth. So they're just like our teeth, but much bigger. What's this text feature that you guys see? Yeah, a map! Look what it says. Wild elephants can be found in Africa and Asia. The elephants in this book are from Africa. Oh, so I found a map and it helped me understand where the elephants in this book come from. Africa is orange while the rest of the continents are kind of yellow. So that's pointing to me to tell me where they're from. And look, another text feature! A glossary, that's right! The glossary is telling me those important words from the text and what they mean. The author really wants me to understand those words like bull, calf, cow, herd, nurse, trunk, and tusks. Nice! Oh my goodness, is there another one? This is a hard page to see. Do you see the last text feature really that we've learned about on this page? There's a bunch, but the one that we learned about, yes, it's the index. Remember, we can use the index to help us find certain key words in the text. Like if I want to learn all about the elephant's trunk, what pages could I go to? That's right, I could go to 13, 14, 17, or 22. What about if I wanted to learn about the elephant and how it sleeps? Nice, that's right, I could go to page 10. So great job using that text feature. Okay, friends, wow. Let's look, we did 2 more of our great 8 reading strategies. Let's give ourselves a double yes for predict and for self-monitoring and clarifying. Here we go. Yes, yes, woo! If you want to kiss your brain, do that too. That's awesome. We also found some text features, which it's not written in our great 8 reading strategies, but text features, if we notice them and we learn from them, that's actually helping us do all of these even better. Okay, we can do all of these with text features too. Now let's take a look at our objective and see how we did. I can use the Grade 8 reading strategies as I read to better understand and enjoy my book. How do we do? Oh my gosh, look at this. We've done 6 out of 8. And remember, if we can do the next 2 in our next lesson, we get to have a dance party. So I'm very excited. I cannot wait for us to look at this book one more time on Friday and summarize and evaluate and synthesize. Until then, me and Happy, we will be waiting for you guys, and we'll see you soon. Okay, bye.